All right, so welcome to orientation. So this is the KW203 experience. We're a company that's built by agents and for agents. And we're gonna start off with a nice video for you to show you some of the bigness of this company we call Keller Williams.
Keller Williams was kind of a cultural experiment. At the end of the day, I wanted to see if I could build an organization that put people first.
As soon as I heard about the economic model and how they were going to share with all the people that helped build the company, I actually said, this will be the #1 company in the world.
The Y4C2Ts was the first time.
Come on, just load.
Was the first time in my life that I'd seen a company actually express their value system and what they believed in on paper.
We are no longer outsourcing to third-party companies. World-class technology companies don't rent their vision, they own it. The only company on the planet that cares more about your success, it's only Keller Williams.
Pretty cool stuff. Oh, come on, computer, don't do this to me. Give me my full screen. You know what? I think I have to exit out of this and open it up again because technology has a way of playing games, doesn't it? Hello, Marion.
Hi, Adonis. Good morning.
Nice to see you today. Marion, John's here too. John's one of our newer agents. Marion's a little less new, still making her way through the world we call Keller Williams. There we go. Okay, now we're able to maneuver better. So, who you're in business with matters. We believe that the company we keep can contribute to our lives in untold ways. To help cement this understanding, we've formalized a belief system that we call the Y4C2TES that guides us with how to treat each other and how we do business. So this is pretty awesome. We have a mission, and it's to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, legacies worth leaving, and of course, experiences worth giving. Our vision is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. The values are God, family, and then business. So it's a pretty awesome company, as you can tell, probably a more unique perspective than most in real estate. Our perspective, we're a technology company that provides the real estate platform that our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. KW is gonna think like a top producer, act like a trainer consultant, and focus all of its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. So have any of you who have been into any of our KW offices seen where we have our belief system on any of our walls? Not yet? I was wondering who Sam Mink was, and then I saw the glorious hair blowing in the breeze. That's my friend Sherry Lee. Hello. Anyway, when you walk into the Stanford office and you see Skyler at the front desk, if you look to the right, we have our belief system written right on the wall in big letters. Normally in KW offices, you'll find that on at least one of the walls. And I'm not going to go through the whole belief system with you, as you can see it right there, but some of my favorites are win-win or no deal. So if you're in a transaction with someone, or if you're in a life situation with someone, if you can't get to the win-win and it doesn't feel good for both people, maybe you can keep working until you find that win-win. Another one of my favorites is the communication. Seek first to understand. In this day and age, it's so easy to just fire off a text or an email as opposed to getting on the phone or face to face. But you might want to seek first to understand. Because if I send a text to Sherry Lee saying, "Good morning," with an exclamation mark, and she's having a horrible morning, what is that going to make her feel like? I don't know. She might be sensitive in that moment. So always seek first to understand. All right. And as you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself. We have the opportunity for you to learn on your own terms. We're an education company. A lot of people will call us an education company disguised as a real estate company. So there are so many opportunities for you to learn here. Now, have any of you been on our morning Crush It calls at 9 a.m. on weekdays? Sherry Lee, you have been on, and Marion has as well. So John, you haven't had a chance to experience this yet. So maybe somebody can unmute and tell us what you think of these calls in the morning.
Great way to start the day. Very uplifting, almost always learn something. And it's also another place to share, if something is happening, and share it in chat. But yeah, definitely learn something every time and get a great start to the day.
Thank you. Very, very well said. Very succinct. Perfect. Yes. So I recommend that everyone tunes into the Crush It calls, find out what's happening, what's the pulse of real estate right now. You're going to learn something that's going to benefit you and your business. Monday through Friday, www.mykwzoomroom.com. In addition to that, we have a YouTube training page that many of you have been to, and maybe some of you have not. If you go to YouTube and type in KW203 TV, this is how you'll be able to access all of our awesome training videos. So when you go to the KW203 homepage on YouTube, the first thing you'll see is the 5 most recent videos that we've done. But I always recommend clicking on playlist. When you click on playlist, now we have the classes broken down based on what kind of class they are. We've got career nights. We've got command classes. We've got Crush It calls, over 193 Crush It calls. We have the most recent version of Ignite, all kind of classes geared towards your business. So you can spend a lot of time learning about whatever areas you need to improve in and whatever areas you didn't know you needed to improve in. There's a whole world of knowledge out there, right? And one day you too can have hair that blows in the wind automatically like Sherry Lee's.
It's because my kitchen is hot, but this is the first time I have understood how to find this KW203 TV. So thank you. That's
Oh,
good.
no problem. I'm glad that you decided to tune in today. So yes, this is a resource you should always use, because sometimes you might not be able.
2 years.
To Sherry Lee's defense, we didn't have this page for 2 years. We launched this page pretty much as soon as the pandemic happened. We wanted to make sure that we were able to still stay connected to those who aren't able to come into the office regularly. So we have our Zoom trainings every day. And for those of you that can't make those, most of our classes are recorded, and here's how you find them. So excellent. Glad we accomplished something. Good.
John, are you related to Christine?
Yes, I am. She is my wife. She recruited me. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
So I'm going to be joining her team in a kind of interesting role. It's kind of developing as we go, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. Excellent. We're glad to have you here. We're glad to have you all here. So now we're going to talk about coaching. Those who have a coach tend to be able to draw more out of themselves than those who do not. They're going to push you to your limit and make sure that you're able to have a big vision that is stretched. So there's mastery coaching that comes directly from Keller Williams, and some agents have signed up for that. There's also group coaching that happens in certain market centers where you're put into a group based on what kind of production you have done. But productivity coaching is what we offer here at Keller Williams. And we happen to have the #1 productivity coach in all of productivity coaching, at least 2 months running now, which is no small feat, which is incredible. Do we have anybody on this call who's in productivity coaching at the moment?
Oh, I wonder who. Yes, I
Oh,
am.
Sherry Lee, can you tell us what productivity coaching is like?
Well, every week, 5 mornings a week, the productivity coaching starts in at 9:30 and goes till 10:30 usually. And it's we get a playlist of what's going to happen each week, so we know if there's something we really don't want to miss. It's all about lead generation and mindset and clues to how to work smart plans and work command. It's everything, and never mind uplifting.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, if productivity coaching was around when I first joined Keller Williams, I would have definitely hopped on that in a heartbeat. So those of you who are not currently in productivity coaching and want to learn more, she has a link where you can sign up with her directly so she can give you a 30-minute one-on-one, tell you about the program, and you can decide if you want to sign up or not. So that's the link on the top left over here. And I emailed you all the orientation slides so you can click on them later on as well. But when we go to this site, you can see what's available. She fills up pretty fast. So next week, looks like she's got 2 slots there. Oh, yes, Sherry Lee.
I was going to say also the group that is part of Jen's group, they're all really collaborative. And so sometimes if you can't get an answer right away from our administration people, then you often can get help from somebody who's within the group, and they all know where you are. You all know each other. It's wonderful.
It's excellent. Thank you. She's going to give you your 7 foundations and really show you how to be confident about selling real estate. So when an opportunity comes your way, you can handle it effectively. There are so many benefits to joining productivity coaching. So I highly recommend it. Yes. Another thing I want to point out to you is the KW 203 bulletin board. So some of you are members of this group and some of you are so new you don't know what I'm talking about. But we have another collaborative space with our offices from Stanford.
We're still on Jen. We're still on Jen's page. Did you want to switch?
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Shirley Lee. Shirley Lee is my TA today.
Sorry.
Anyway, I was just doing my intro. We're gonna get there. Yeah, so Stanford, Westport, Ridgefield, Danbury, and Newtown. All of us together are KW 203. So we have a Facebook page that I'm going to take you to now that is something that you should all sign up for. You just need to have a KW email address. So those of you who have done your Scott Leroy marketing questionnaire have a KW email address. And John will talk about Scott Leroy a little later on. But yeah, once you have a KW email address and you can join the page, this is a great place that you can connect on all kinds of things interesting, all kinds of things KW. Hey, look, John's got a welcome email out. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you wanted to do an open house, if you wanted to advertise a listing, whatever it may be, it's just a collaborative space for you to do that. So highly recommend you join this private group. All right, moving right along. Ignite. Ignite is an awesome series that we have here at the office. 12 sessions over 4 weeks, usually 3 times a week, 2 hours each class. It's a free class. Our broker teaches it, and it's one of the best ways to really get up and running and formulate your mindset around how you need to run your days to be successful in real estate, how to make sure that the 20% of your effort is going to yield the 80% of results you need. So agents who take Ignite are 138% more likely to have a transaction than non-Ignite agents. Is there anyone on this call who may have taken Ignite in the past and can speak about it? Sherry Lee, oh my God, go ahead.
Yes, Ignite gives a wonderful framework for how the steps to take for doing your first everything, your first buyer, your first seller, consult, your first, all of it. Yes, it's and there's lots of ways to ask Rick questions. Like if you don't understand something, there's nothing that's too whatever to ask him. He's very available, and of course everybody else who's on there is in the same boat. They're all learning. Yes, it's a way to ignite your career.
Excellent. You see what she did there? A way to ignite your career. Marian, do you have a question? Is that a hand up?
Yes.
All right, you just need to oh, you unmuted yourself. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Please tell me your question.
Yes. Is there a schedule posted for Ignite?
That is a fair question. So Ignite is a class that comes out when Rick is able to teach it. He's our broker. He does many things over here in the office. So we don't have the schedule for the next round of Ignite yet, but as soon as we do have it, we will make sure you know for sure. You should be multiple emails about it, and we'll give you the full schedule when we have it.
Thank you.
Yes. But yeah, there are agents that have taken Ignite numerous times. So don't feel like you only have to take it once. When you're in later parts of your career, it'll hit you in different ways. So we definitely recommend you take Ignite. I'm seeing another hand from one Sherry Lee. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, and I go in and out because I have taken it. So sometimes I'll click in, sometimes I don't always have 2 hours straight. And so I go in, and I think it's recorded, right?
It is.
Yeah,
So
can
if
do
you look
that
on the
way.
left side of your screen here, we do have a YouTube library of our most recent Ignite session. That's part of the KW 203 right on YouTube. We have an Ignite 2.0 playlist. So the most recent round of Ignite is already on here. If you wanted to get a head start, you can take Ignite now. And then when it comes back around live, you can ask questions that you can't ask to a video, of course.
Great. Excellent.
All right. Now it's time to introduce the man of the hour every hour, a special individual to me, someone who makes my life at work that much more enjoyable. He is the AMCA, the Assistant Market Center Administrator, and he works with Lisa Katz, the MCA here in our office in Stamford. And his roles are money related. So he's somebody that you want to be nice to because, you know, you got to be nice to your money person. And Sam is a person who gets the job done. Sherry Lee is already singing his praises in the form of hand claps. Sam, why
My
don't you tell us
hero,
about
my hero.
Thank you both for the lovely introduction. Like they said, I'm Sam. I'm the assistant MCA. So I work in the finance department. That includes, you know, sending out invoices for your transactions, processing your commission checks so that you get paid, office billing like the support fee when you join, anything like that falls in my department. I always say it, I'm really bad at these introductions. So, you know, one thing though that you guys should always remember is when you have a transaction ready to go, you should be submitting that to the office, submitting all of your paperwork and the commission request in command, which we can definitely go over with you guys in the future, within 3 days of an accepted offer. That's our office policy. So if you ever have a transaction and it comes together, once you get an accepted offer, within 3 days, you should be submitting your paperwork to the office so that we can review the compliance, make sure everything's good, and it helps us to get you paid on time so we don't get anything last minute, things like that. So that's something really important that you guys should remember when you guys start having transactions. That's pretty good for now. I don't know if Donis wants to add anything or if anybody has any questions.
I think that was pretty perfect. But if you have questions, please unmute and ask Sam a question. If not, then I'll just ask Sam to drop his information in the chat so you can access him easily in the future.
Cool beans. No questions. I will put my email in the chat, and I'm also if you're in the Stanford office, I sit in the same office as Adonis. So if you know where Adonis sits, you know where I sit. You can come and stop by anytime.
And if you don't know where either of us sit, good luck.
Someone will be able to let you know. All right.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, guys.
So now we're going to move right along to our Market Center office basics. Look at this beautiful office that we're a part of over here. And no matter where you're located, you can always come to any of our KW offices. So these are some of the Kellerisms. This is our KW jargon, if you will. A Market Center is a staffed office, a big staffed office, kind of like Stanford and the Ridgefield office, as opposed to the smaller offices like Westport, Newtown, and Danbury. Team leaders, their role is the CEO, essentially. They're the ones that are running the day-to-day activities here at our offices. So if you're in Ridgefield, it's going to be Dan Raposo. And if you're in Stanford, it's going to be Steve Scott. So one of their primary functions is to help the office grow anytime you know someone that you think is a good fit for our office, you should have them speak to your team leader so they can join Keller Williams and increase your profit share. The ATL, that's the assistant team leader. That's Carlos Martinez. He's over here in our Stanford office, and he and Steve work together. Dan's a one-man show out in Ridgefield, but that's all right. The OP and the broker, that's Rick Scott. So whenever you need a signature on a document, if you're a listing agent, then Rick is the one who would do that. And he's also our head of education. So you'll see a lot of classes taught by Rick. You'll see him on the Crush It calls as well. The ALC, that's our Agent Leadership Council. So this is our honored group comprised of top producers who help to run the office. It's like our board of directors. It's not just Steve and Rick and Dan running the show. You have the ability to be on the ALC in the future, and you can help determine what kind of decisions happen in our office. The director of first impressions, that's Skyler. He sits at the front desk here in Stanford, but he helps out all of KW 203. So he's someone that you'll hear from a little later on today. The MCA, that's Lisa Katz. She's our market center administrator, and she's here to help out with all things money related in Stanford and Westport. And in the other offices, you've got Deb Linke. So our CFOs here, they're here to make sure our world runs smoothly, everyone gets profit share, we stay in business. So these are the type of people that you're gonna need to reach out to for certain financial matters. And the AMCA, like we mentioned earlier, that's Sam, and he works hand in hand with Lisa over here. Transmittal, that's a process that happens at the beginning of every month. And people like Deb and Lisa have a bunch of numbers that they have to crunch over and over. So you'll normally see a sign on their door that says, unless the building is on fire, don't enter. It might be a better time to send an email or reach out to Sam, and Sam can help. But yeah, that's just a process that happens at the beginning of every month to be mindful of. Any questions on anything? Any comments? Any concerns? Anecdotes? All right. Supplies. So you do get supplies working with Keller Williams as well. You can get your business cards anywhere you feel comfortable getting them from. I like this site though. I'm going to take you to kwprinters.com. This is the company that was introduced to me when I first came many moons ago, and they do a great job. I've used them twice so far, and they're the type that already has templates available for you. So you want a red card? We got multiple red cards. You want a black card? Sure. How about a green marbly card? We got that too. American flag, Ocean Day, whatever you want. So many choices. You pick the front of the card that you want, and then it'll take you to the screen so you can pick the back of your card. You can give them a calendar. You can give them something more meaningful, like the highest compliment I can receive is a referral of your friends and family. Thank you for your trust. So you can start to instill the practices that you want to see in your clients. So like I said, super awesome site. And you can get 1,000 cards for less than $75. Promo code Adonis saves you $10 on your order. And they don't even give me the $10. This is just savings you get to experience. So one place you could get your cards. Now, Jen Hen, our productivity coach, she works with moo.com, moo like a cow. And Scott Leroy, he works with a company called Brandco. There are so many people in the card game, but it might behoove you to find a site that already has the words and the templates like you like, and you can just plug in your information. Anyway, once you order your cards, you want to reach out to your MCA and send them a receipt so they can credit you. You can get up to a $75 credit towards any market center expenses you have. All right. And then you also get sign writers. So once you get your first listing, right, you got this house on 123 Sesame Street that you want to sell for Big Bird. All you have to do is let the front desk know that you have your first listing. You got your paperwork and everything, and then they'll order you 2 name writers. So you'll work with our sign installation company, Post and Panel, to have them install the sign. And then below that, you'll also have the sign itself. And then below the sign would be the sign writer that says Mary and Dar and your phone number so people can call you directly. right? And then once you sell your house, make money and reinvest in your business, why don't you get a whole sign that says John Olenek with your name and your face and your branding, so people know that, you know, you're the one that's the focal point, right? John Olenek of Keller Williams, right? Anyway, you can get a name badge as well. So as you can see, we're not around the office wearing our name badges all the time, but if you're going to an event and you want to be clear on who the best realtor in the room is, then you can get a name badge. Just reach out to Skyler for that, and he'll help you get a name badge. Magnetic, doesn't puncture your clothes, so it's nice to have a name badge. Of course, you get an email address working with us as well. It's whatever you want that's not taken at kw.com. I was lucky enough to get Adonis at kw.com. Getting John at kw.com might be a little more difficult, you know? And it works just like Gmail. Floor time. So you have the opportunity to do floor time in our office. Sherry Lee, I'm not sure if you've done floor time in the past. Well, floor time is an opportunity for you to get any kind of calls that come into the office that are generic calls, right? If someone says, I'm calling about Lisa Gomberg's property on 123 Main Street, we'll transfer that call to Lisa Gomberg directly. A lot of times people say I'm calling about the house, right? So if it's just a generic cry for help, then you have 3 shifts for floor time you're able to qualify for: 9 to 12, 12 to 3, or 3 to 6. And Skyler keeps the calendar of floor time. In order for you to be eligible for this, you just have to be enrolled in productivity coaching or have taken Ignite. So when a call does come your way, you know what to do with it. So if that sounds like something that's interested to you, I do recommend you speak to Skyler. And like I said, he'll be on later on today. We also have conference rooms in each of our offices. So if you're interested in using a conference room, you can just sign up for it. Every office kind of has its own way you sign up for an office. And a lot of times, if our conference rooms are empty, you can just use the conference room. I know in Stanford, we've got tablets on the wall outside of our conference rooms, so you can see what's available and what's used. And if you wanted to call your office in advance, you can always call them so they can book in a conference room for you. We just ask that you keep it all tidy. When you're done with it, make sure it looks nice so the next person can go in. Before I move on, I'm gonna introduce, well, before I introduce anyone, I'm gonna talk a little more. So you also have printers that you have access to in our offices, right? We all have printers in our offices. They can do what a printer does. You can print in color, you can print in black and white. But remember, we're in the digital age. We have DocuSign, so you don't need to necessarily print so many things these days. I hardly print anything anymore. But just know if you do need to print, we do have that ability in our offices. And now I'm going to introduce my next speaker, right? She is the Nan Mortgage of, she is the Nancy Morgan of Westport Mortgage. And she's somebody who's really skilled at what she does. Our mortgage partners always tell us that you don't need to know everything about mortgages, just like they don't know everything about real estate. That's why we have partners, and together we get the job done. So Nancy, please speak to the people about what you do.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Wait a minute. Let me just get the view better. Gallery. There we go. Thank you, Adonis, for having me. Hi, John. Nice to see you. I am Nancy Morgan. I am with Westport Mortgage, one of your lending partners. And we have been a lending partner since 2007. Some of you have been on the Zoom calls in the morning, may have heard us speak, talk a little bit. So welcome to KW, welcome to your new family. And I wish you all the very best in your new careers and with the new company. You made a good choice. So, okay, so a little bit about us. We are Westport Mortgage, like I said. We're licensed both in New York and in Connecticut. We are a mortgage broker. We have, what just means we have about 25 different lenders, and they all have excellent low rates. But it's good to have so many lenders because we have borrowers, we can help them. So many of them have different profiles, but we can help figure out what's the best product for them type of thing. Because really, the end of the day, they want a house. If they're getting a mortgage, that's the end goal, but there's different ways to get there. So we can definitely help with that. Each of us are here to answer questions to, any questions you have about the mortgage process, even if we're not working together, please utilize us, because we do have those opportunities. We're here to help. We've all been in the business a really long time. So some of the types of loans that we have, hi, Christine. Some of the types of loans that we have: conventional, jumbo, VA, which is the best, I think, loan out there. And I like to ask all borrowers, when I first start talking with them, if they have served in the military, because it's a really great program. But anyway, VA, FHA, affordable products, ARMs, fixed rates, of course, condos, co-ops, investment properties, second homes, multifamily homes, no doc loans, mostly for investment properties. Those are just some of the basics. So we do cover the gamut. We also like to pre-qualify borrowers before they even start their search, to make sure that they know what they can afford, and they can focus on the house. Because when they're out looking at a property with you, you want to make sure that they're in the right price range, right? And that they can focus on the house and not what's it going to cost type of thing. So we like to go over that with borrowers. We like to review their income, assets, credit, and debt before they go out, and to let them know, we're just here to help, really. And we don't want to waste your time, their time, and we want you to look good as well. I mean, and because we work on a referral basis, you work on a referral basis. So, and then the other great thing that I love about working with Westport Mortgage is we communicate. Our processors great, communicate with you, the attorney, the whole team throughout the process. So really being part of a team is really important, because if they need a house, they want a house, and they have to have a mortgage, we do have to work together. And so we are happy to do it, because we love working with realtors. We're available on weekends. You can text us, call us, any types of questions, evenings. We've been in the community for a very long time. Westport Mortgage has. And we all live in the community. We're local, and I think that does make a difference. I mean, some of the big box things online, people think that they're getting something faster, but they're not. It's pretty much the same thing. But we love what we do, and we love to help everybody. And please give us a call. I'll put my contact information in the chat box, and anything I can do to help, please give us a call. How's that?
Nancy, that was perfect.
Great.
Does anybody have any questions for Nancy they want to ask? All right. Well, then she'll put her information in the chat, and you'll be able to ask her those questions privately.
Right. Thank you so much, everybody. All the best to you. Seriously.
All right. Thanks, Nancy. So let's move on. So all of our offices, we have computers as well that you can use, first come, first serve basis, like a hotel style in a hotel. So we have like this area that we call the Success Lounge that you can pop in and work out of. And we also have Wi-Fi here at the office, and the ability for you to be able to bring your laptop into the office and print. Skyler will talk more about that when he comes on later on. Office safety. Of course, you want to practice office safety. Thankfully, I have not heard of any instances where our realtors have been hurt, but in general, realtors have been hurt. You just want to make sure that you practice realtor safety. In our office, I can speak mostly about the Stanford office. Get together with your office about your office particularly, but in Stanford, we have front desk people before you even get to our office downstairs. You've got a guy named Carl who works in the morning until 4, and then you have Angel from 4 to 8. So these are like the first people, the gatekeepers, if you will. And on the weekends, I don't come in on the weekends. Shirley, I'm not sure if you do, but I know that they're not working as many hours on the weekends. On Saturdays, I think they're only here until about noon. So if you're meeting with somebody after hours or after noon into Sunday on the weekend, you want to make sure that you practice office safety. If you're going to be meeting with a stranger for the first time, maybe you want to have some kind of a buddy system where you can let a loved one know that I'm going to be meeting with so-and-so at this time. So have them call you 15, 20 minutes after that meeting starts, just so nobody will know that if you go missing, you'll be missed. Anyway, practice office safety. And you'll get keys to our office as well. So if you're the last one in the office, we just ask that you lock the front door to make sure that our space stays secure. Scott Leroy Marketing. A lot of you have already dealt with Scott Leroy and done your questionnaire. Those of you who haven't, you want to make sure that you do that. Do your Scott Leroy questionnaire by going to www.reagentsetup.com. And Scott Leroy helps you get your email address, your website, and much, much more. And then in the future, if you have any kind of challenges with your KW platform, like Command or like your email address, anything like that, just sending a quick email to support@scottleroymarketing.com. They respond in about 5 minutes. They're really quick and a great resource for you to have. We have other tools and services as well. If you're going to be working with a tenant, you're going to need to use Apply Connect. This is our credit report company that we use. Very easy to work with. All you have to do is get yourself set up. You pass a quiz on yourself to prove that you really are John Olenek and not Robert De Niro or anything clever like that. Once you pass your quiz and prove that you are you, then you get a link you can share with your clients. They're able to click on the link and pull their own credit report, $28.50 per person. Everybody's happy. Sherry Lee has a question.
So when I have done the Apply Connect but it's been a long time since I did it. I did it when I was starting to do a rental. So is it a one-time thing and I have to remember how I connected before and have a password that I have to remember, or
Yeah, you have a password.
Can I reapply?
What is that?
Can I reapply?
You shouldn't have to reapply. You should be able to use your password and maybe just click on forgot password and get a reset link. This is one of the sites that doesn't require you to change your password all the time, thankfully. We worked with somebody in the past and every 30 days you had to change your password. And if you forgot, oh, that was a whole nightmare because we had to manage that with so many people. I don't know my password, I can't get in, it's Saturday. I'm like, well, good luck. So, Marian, you have a question? Oh, I saw a hand. You just showed me your hand? Okay. So that's Apply Connect. Toolkit CMA. Toolkit CMA is an awesome company you can use as well. You'll probably get a welcome email from Toolkit CMA at some point when Skyler puts you in. This is just a site you can use to create all kinds of nice presentations for sale by owners, expired listing, short sale, all kinds of things like that, all connected to the MLS with real-time data. So if we happen to do a class on Toolkit CMA, I suggest you take it and see how it could benefit you. I know some people find enough value from just using the smart MLS, but in conjunction, this could bring even more value to your business. And so we are here with the path of the tech-enabled agents. Technology and marketing are going to go hand in hand. So if you do a great job of dealing with people in person, but you have no kind of an online presence, you're going to be missing business. And the same is true in the opposite scenario. So we're trying to get you to a place where you can be present in both realms. That's why we have Command. So some of you know what Command is. Some of you have been using it. I have a video that shows you more about why it's valuable for you.
Companies are nothing more than people. People create everything inside an organization. And what's going to make us better in the long term is the way that our people think. Our goal is to tap the way people think and put it to use for everybody.
Keller Williams is going to listen to what their agents want for tech.
To break and rebuild the entire command system, which is what we call the lab process.
Saying, okay, tell us what works, tell us what doesn't.
There were a lot of, can we do this, can we do that? The answer is always going to be yes.
I feel like I designed it.
I really want to show you some updates and products, mostly command.
Our agents can be smarter.
I'm not doing multiple data entry and things aren't falling through the cracks. They're all in one place.
Now we can focus on the relationship with the clients.
I like to call it high tech and high touch.
We're creating the industry's first innovation partnership with all of the agents out there.
I feel like I'm on the cutting edge of my
Why? Why? Come on. You're so close to being done.
Agents out there.
I feel like I'm on the cutting edge of my profession.
This is for the agents. This is for the people that are actually doing the work on a daily basis.
They invest in not just the technology, but also in the people in the company. Command makes my life easy.
So when people say you can't build software, well, actually we can, and we actually are.
Isn't that exciting? Are you using Command? Are you all using Command? Have you started using Command? Have you taken the 66-day Command challenge? Have you gone to any of Deb's classes at 11 a.m. on Thursdays? Good. You should definitely do all these things and learn how you can use Command and make it a part of your business. In addition, we've got the KW mobile app. Some of you have used this as well. This is a game-changing technology that our competition does not have. So I have a video that shows you a little more about the KW mobile app. Keep your clients in the loop. Let's do full screen. Come on.
Got it.
We need a pool. Let's start with a budget. Don't we want to live close to
My parents.
my parents? We'll pick this up later.
Sherry Lee, you would think I'm outside. I'm in the office, I promise. I don't know.
Nice.
Okay, now what? Remember the guide?
Now, how about that pool?
How about that pool? So before we move on, I'm going to introduce the next great speaker into this call. This guy is so awesome. There's nothing he can't do. I always try to out introduce him compared to my last introduction. I heard that he was at an orphanage the other day giving out food to the needy. Skyler does it all. Skyler is one of the best people we've ever had at the front desk, and he can do it all. So I'm gonna let Skyler just tell you a little bit about how he can enhance your world. Take it away, sir.
I look forward to your intros every time I come on here. How's it going, everyone? So I'm the first person you see when you come into the office in Stamford, and when you call the phones, the office phone number, I'm usually the first person to pick up. So I know there's a lot of information for you to take in all at once, so I'll be brief and tell you how I can help you get onboarded into our systems and everything. So business cards I can help you with. I can order those for you, and you can customize them to how you want, as well as name badges. You know, it's very good to have name badges as well. If you're doing an open house, you know, have a little tag here. Building keys are another important aspect. So if you want to come in on the weekends, you could come in at 1 a.m. on a Saturday if you want to, because staff is only here from 8:30 to 5 Monday through Friday. So I can get those keys and credentials, parking pass, all ordered for you. Also, I'm sure you've heard through emails that you need to send your bio and headshot to Adonis if you haven't already, so I can make social media posts for everyone to see and welcome you in. Also, floor time is very important. So floor time is where you'll have calls that come in where people are looking for an agent. It'll get transferred over to your cell phone. So you could be eating breakfast and you'll get a call, and someone might be asking about information regarding a property or things of that nature. So I can give you a schedule of some times that are available for you to sign up for floor time as well. Another thing I see is sign riders. So if you have a listing coming up, we'll get you sign riders as per your offer letter. You have to see if it's in there. Some other things I do is like concierge service. I review contracts, make sure that all the initials are where they're supposed to be and everything is good to go. I assist with planning events. We actually have a capper cruise coming up, which is extremely exciting. So you're a capper if you bring in a certain amount of company dollar, and once you exceed that, you get 100% commission. So it's really cool, and it's going to be an awesome cruise. It's on September 14th. So have that in mind for next year. Work hard, and you'll be able to go on the cruise. And the last thing I'll mention is our training calendar, because it's very important to attend as many classes as you can. You want to stay knowledgeable with the market changing or things of that nature, and we have amazing people who've been there and done that, teaching everyone here, so you guys can be successful in your own business. And that's it for me. Get excited. Keller Williams is an amazing place to work, and just the culture and be around, and there's so much room for growth, and you guys definitely have all the potential in the world, and we're here to help you utilize that. So thank you. I'm here if you need me, and I will put my information in the chat.
Well said, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. So we're going to wrap this thing up pretty soon. I'm just going to show you a little more and we'll keep it moving. So you have a wealth building opportunity here at Keller Williams. It's called Profit Share. KW has a model that's built around treating its associates like stakeholders. We have profit share and growth share programs, so we reward those who help the company to grow. Here's a video that shows you how profit share works. It's a little hard to grasp.
When deals close, agents who haven't capped.
Once again, I am in the office. Come on. Quick, John, tell a story.
Pay company dollar to the market center. The market center uses that money to pay its bills. What's left over is profit. Every real estate business is in business for profit, and usually the owners keep all of that profit. This practice makes sense. Owners invest in businesses with the hope of seeing a return. At Keller Williams Realty, we do things a little differently. We believe in growing the business together. So we split the profit between the owners who took the risk and the associates who have helped grow the market center. Roughly 52% goes to the owners who took the risk, and roughly 48% goes to the associates who helped grow the market center. So, how is it dispersed? We figure out what percentage of the market center's profit is a result of that associate, and we take that percentage of the profit share pool and disperse it through the branches of that associate's profit share tree on a monthly basis. The associate sponsor gets half, the associate sponsor's sponsor gets 10%, and so on until all of it is dispersed through 7 levels of sponsorship. At Keller Williams Realty, we believe the profit will grow exponentially when everybody has the opportunity to share in it. We believe in finding the win-win and in doing the right thing, because together, everyone will achieve more.
Isn't that nice? Everyone achieving more together. It's awesome. Anytime you know somebody that you think is a good fit, have them reach out to your team leader so we can grow your profit share. We're also a company that's built around people. Finding and serving the higher purpose of business is at the heart of our KW culture. We believe in supporting the financial, physical, and emotional well-being of our associates. Every day we have can you imagine if it was every day? Every year we have an event called Red Day. It happens around mid-May. It's where we shut all of our doors at Keller Williams, each Keller Williams office, and then we get out into the community and do something significant. Our day of community service. We've done so many things. We've volunteered at the Boys and Girls Club. We've dropped off food to food drives. We've done some de-weeding and things like that this past year. This past year was fun. So the more people that we have involved, the bigger an impact we can make. So close to May, you'll start to hear more about Red Day, and we hope you can join us so we can make a bigger impact. And we also have something called KW Cares, which is an awesome organization that's here to make life better for everyone. So in the last video, I'm going to show you a little bit about what KW Cares does with absolutely zero lag, I'm sure.
Awesome. It's like I've had my whole extended family here and we're all holding each other up.
It would have been a long road if KW Cares wasn't here.
All right, so it's a nonprofit company. So you just, whenever you close a piece of business, right? Let's say a non-rental, a sale where you made thousands of dollars, any kind of opportunity you get to donate to KW Cares, the more people that do, the bigger an impact we can make. So whether it's $5, $10, $20, $50, that compounds over time, and then we can really make a difference. So KW Cares is an awesome organization within an organization that we have. We have a big heart. Finally, Keller Williams is built by agents and for agents. We're a company that's changing lives, and the next one could be yours. With that, you are oriented. Congratulations, you all